Hey guys, it's Rob again, and I'm pretty excited about my 2 penny boxes. I've been doing a lot of nickels lately. I've been doing just well in them, and I've got a few more videos to post eventually. But I get 2 boxes every Wednesday from Wells for part of the business account I have with them, and I'm really excited to see what's in these. It's been a little bit since I've done pennies, so I'm also excited. Wells has been really good for me. If you've watched my previous videos on these, out of the 7 Wells Fargo boxes that I've gotten for the business account, I've gotten 5 Indians. Only 3 boxes yielded an Indian. The first box I ever got, and then a few boxes later, I had back-to-back 2 Indian heads. So it's been a few boxes since I've got one, and I'm hoping that one of these 2 yields one. We're gonna open this first box, and I guess the first bit of order here is to hope that they're circulated. Sometimes I've gotten boxes that aren't, and I'm sure we all have. And I don't mind if they're not circulated if they're key coins, like a 2017 P. But judging by what I already see, we appear to have a circulated box. I don't see any fantastic enders. Looks like it's shifted a little bit, so it'd be good to go ahead and count this, make sure we're not missing any rolls. Sometimes these bank boxes are missing rolls, believe it or not. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these counted up. All right, I've restacked them. I've confirmed 50, so we're in good shape. With that being said, let's go ahead and start the hunt, and I will loop you guys in if I find anything worth showing. All right, guys, 11 rolls in the box, so that's 39 rolls I'm going through. This is the 39th roll. So far, I've done pretty good. Their coins are kind of dirty for the 09 series. I've got 3 Canadians, nothing earlier than 83. I keep all my 59s. I've got a pretty nice 59 right here. I may set him aside. In the Wheaties, I've got quite a bit. So far, I've got 7. I mean, that's not a great box. It's an average box, but they're all newer ones. I've got a 48 and then 51, 52, 53, 55, 56, 57. So kind of common there. Pulled this one out here because it's a pretty nice example of a 1960. It's a large date, not a small date, but this thing is almost uncirculated. And then I kept this aside because I love the toning on this 94. It's kind of crazy. It can be washed up a little bit, but anyway, I just think the toning's cool. It's not worth anything. I just like it. The reason why I'm filming this now is I haven't filmed any of the Wheatie pulls, and I can tell by the back of this one. This one's got to be in the 30s, maybe the 20s, and maybe even earlier. You can tell by the back it's really worn down. It's been in circulation a long time, so I wanted to flip it together live with you and see what we see. Okay, 1920. That's not a bad Wheatie. You know, what's kind of a bummer that it is a Philly mint, and in the 1920 year, both the San Francisco and Denver mints produced less than 50 million of their wheat pennies or their 1-cent pennies. And as you know, that 50 million mark is kind of what you're shooting for with the wheat pennies to make their value go up. The Philly mint produced over, I think, about 310 million. So kind of mass produced, not in good shape at all, well worn, but we did get a 1920s Wheatie. Matter of fact, I don't get very many 1920s Wheaties out of penny boxes anymore. I've gotten a 1917 twice. I've gotten a few in the 26s, I guess. But I've also gotten quite a few Indian heads, so I can't get too greedy. We'll put that with the Wheaties as the oldest one. We'll continue the hunt. And if I don't find anything worth showing before the roundup, I'll show everything I found in the roundup. Okay, guys, 7 rolls in the box. I'm sitting here sorting them again, and I pull out a nice 1941 Wheatie. So it's a little bit, it looks like it's warped a little bit damaged, kind of interesting. But it's my 3rd pre-1950, so we've got now 11 Wheaties. But look at this. This has got to be a record for me. My most ever 1959 pennies in a box is 5. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Crazy, including that pretty nice one. This is going to be the most ever 1959s I think were ever in a box. And like I said, I only pull them out because they're in the 50s. They're the first year of the non-Wheatie. And you never know. You always check the back of them because you might find that the second mule scent ever, possibly. Let's get back to hunting. This is gonna be a lot of coppers too. I'm guessing this is gonna be a 500 copper box. We'll see. All right, guys, figured I'd show you this because it's a first for me as well. We got ourselves here an unstamped, unminted, I believe, Zinc Planchet. Let me get this guy weighed up real quick and make sure it's zinc, not copper. It's a Zinc Planchet. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that's my first. You guys ever found one of these? If you have, post it in the comments below and let me know if you found any blank planchet, dime, nickel, quarter, penny, copper, zinc, silver. I think that's pretty cool. All right, guys, let's get to the next box. We have another box from Wells Fargo. You'll notice that I found myself a blank Zinc Planchet. One of my better boxes came along with this one. I always get them in sets of 2s from Wells Fargo weekly, and we set a lot of records. In the last one, I had my most 59 pennies. I had tied my most foreign coins with Canadians. I had a couple of really nice examples in the 60s, good number of 2009s, second best copper box ever, and pretty good Wheaties, 13 of them. So I wanted to get into this again and see what we got in this box. I'm hopeful that maybe I'll get another Indian. I've been getting about one every other box from Wells Fargo when I do the business boxes. So we didn't score one in the last one. Maybe, just maybe, this one will have one in it if I can get into this box. All right, let's make sure it's circulated. It is circulated. That's a good sign. Looks like it's going to be another good box. I see mostly copper enders, so this could be another good score. We'll get into this box here shortly, and I'll bring you along if I find something good, and we'll catch you up on what my finds are at the end with the roundup as well. Let's get to hunting. All right, guys, thought I would try something different this time. I went ahead and flipped the box upside down and take a quick look at the other enders, and I did spy right there. We got a Wheatie ender. So that's kind of a cool find right there. We'll probably open that one first. It's not in bad shape. It's probably from the 50s. So I think we'll do that one there. We'll turn it the other way so I can see it when I flip this back over. And now it's just a matter of taking the box and playing Hungry Hippo, if you will, with the coins. Like that. Pinching it hard and flipping it back over, which we'll do right now. All right, we've got the box flipped back over. Let's see if I can get this coin roll out. There's that Wheatie ender. We're gonna open this in front of you guys. Forgive the camera work. We'll do the best we can to make sure you can see all the action. We'll dump it. And here we go. The Wheatie ender is right here. 1951. You called it along with me. We knew it would be from the 50s. It didn't look in terrible condition. We'll get to the rest of the hunt here shortly and see what else we get. All right, guys, we're one roll from the halfway mark, and I will open the 25th roll live for you here in a second. Figured I'd loop you in on this. I'm on the 26th or 24th roll, 26th from the end. I saw a 1947D Wheatie, really rough condition. But just a few coins later, I saw another one, at least the back of it, even rougher condition. What year is this bad boy?
Let me see if I can pull a date off this real quick. Hold on. All right, guys, you can see it clearly now. It's a 1940. So a 40 and a 41 or 47D in the same roll. We'll take it. That takes the Wheatie total to 9. And we're not even at the halfway mark. So it looks like it's shaping up to be a pretty good Wheatie box. Let's keep going on this roll and then I'll do the next one live for you. All right, we're at the halfway mark once I open this roll here, so I figured I would at least get one live on camera for you guys. I've been getting pretty good luck on coppers. Not so bad of luck on Wheaties either. Could be nothing in this one. Watch, it's not going to have hardly any copper. It doesn't even look like it's had as much copper as the last few rolls, but it's a live opening, so let's take a look and see what we find. Now, how I do this is, when I look through them, anything that's a copper goes up here. If it's not, it gets tossed down here. I also pull out the 92 and 99s looking for the close and wide AM varieties. You have to find one. It's on my bucket list. I also pull out the 1959s, and I always check them to see if they're a mule. They never are, but I look for it anyway. Coppers go up, discards go down. That's pretty much the system here. I also pull out 2009s, and I also pull out anything that looks like it's not been circulated too much. And then I pull out the 83s and 84s to check them for the air varieties, as well as all 82s that are the small date variety, and I weigh them to see if I possibly have an 82 small date D on a copper planchet. That would be a second one ever discovered. So we do check them. Looks like this is going to be probably one of my worst rolls as far as copper is concerned, but part of the deal is to check them in front of you. That way you can see what I'm looking at. So in that roll, we got a whole bunch of zinc, only 5 coppers, and then I've got a 92 and a 99 that I need to check. They're not in very good condition, but we'll check them anyway to see if it's the close and the wide AM. Anyway, I'll get back to hunting, and if we find something good in these last 25 rolls, we'll loop you back in. All right, guys, here's the roundup video. I haven't counted the copper, but I'm fairly certain it's going to be around 475. I can tell by the weight of it and the size, maybe 465, but somewhere in that range. Either way, who really cares about the number of copper? It's about 20%. Got quite a few what I would consider almost uncirculated coins. Various years from the 60s look really good. You can see the examples I pulled out here. I'm pretty happy with those. So I will keep those pulled out and put them in my almost uncirculated pile. A couple of really nice 90s ones as well. We ended up with 15 Wheaties from 37 all the way to 57. And really only one coin in the 30s, a 37. Several in the 40s. We had about, 7 in the 40s. And 7 in the 50s and 130. So not bad. Had 2 foreign Canadians. Both of them mid-80s or mid-90s, not too good. And then we had a total of 13 from 2009, a couple of 1959 cents, and a 1960, which I don't know why it's sitting there. I must have forgot. Oh, I was going to check it for a larger small date, but any extent, not a bad hunt. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. As always, thanks for watching.